Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video of the Arizona Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for coming back, guys. I really do appreciate it. And now in this video, I wanted to talk about who is going to win the NFC West for the 2020 season. Now, probably about a week ago, I put a poll up and I wanted to ask you guys, the legit fans out there. I asked who is going to win the NFC West, and I was blown away with the amount of people saying that the Arizona Cardinals are going to win the NFC West. Now, that's awesome. All good and gravy. I'm all about being hyped up for the Arizona Cardinals because let's be honest here. This year is like no other, especially with the acquisitions of DeAndre Hopkins, getting Isaiah Simmons with the 8th overall pick. So there's a lot of hype going on with the Arizona Cardinals. As of right now where we're probably sitting around about 35 days away from kickoff for the first NFL game. Super excited about it. That's why I wanted to go ahead and give you my prediction and who's going to win the NFC West this coming 2020 season. But before we get started, big shout out to the Arizona Coyotes who is going into the playoffs. I have my jersey back here and I'm going to represent them for the entirety of this video. They ended up winning in overtime with the Brad Richardson's goal, so super exciting about it. We're hitting the playoffs. So you could do me a big favor, hashtag #GoYotes in the comments below. Let's go ahead, we make sure we flood that chat and giving positive vibes. Good luck for the rest of the way and trying to get that Stanley Cup this year. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of choice. Roll that intro. Alright guys, welcome back. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to talk about who is going to win the NFC West, in my opinion, for the 2020 season. But before I get started, I wanted to give a big shout out to all my channel members who have supported my channel for quite some time. Thank you so very much. It means a lot to me. If you guys are interested in becoming a channel member, which you're going to be getting a lot more perks once the season comes on, you'll be able to do phone calls when we do live streams to voice your concerns. You'll just also have, private live chats. So there's going to be a lot of great things coming when the NFL season comes into play. If you're interested in joining, what you need to do is make sure you visit my channel on YouTube, obviously, with a computer or even with your phone. You have to go to the desktop version, and there's going to be a little button right next to the subscribe button that says join. You're able to pick the different tiers with the different perks that you're able to get with joining the AZ Sports Fan YouTube channel. But if you can't afford it, no problem. All you can do to help me out is make sure you drop a like on this video and make sure you share it with your family, friends, and people who love the Arizona Cardinals. If you're new, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel here, AZ Sports Fan. We talk everything Arizona sports. So if that's what you like and that's what you like to watch, go ahead and make sure you drop a subscription and support local. Go ahead and jump right into it. Who's going to win the NFC West for the 2020 season? I feel like the best way of doing this is probably going to be like breaking down the teams and who's going to finish last, who's going to finish third, second, and then first. That's going to be the way I'm going to play it out. So kind of like my my vote cast, and I only like 1% voted for the Los Angeles Rams, is pretty much how I'm going to do the same thing with them. I apologize, guys, but I feel like there's going to be a mad regression with the Los Angeles Rams, especially because the cap space that they're currently enduring right now, where I think about 3 or 4 players are taking up most of their cap room. It's just going to be an abomination. Now, I do think they still have a really great wide receiving core, and they have some good key pieces left within their defensive side of the ball, but they lost a lot of pieces in the free agent market, so you really got to take that into consideration as well. I'm not sure if Jared Goff has been exposed, but we're going to go ahead and have the Los Angeles Rams being number 4 in the standings for the NFC West. Now for the number 3rd spot, I am going to have to say and give a bold prediction here and say that the San Francisco 49ers are going to go through a Super Bowl hangover. Now, there's a lot of people out there that's going to get crazy. They're going to get super mad at me and say, what? You're nuts. You're crazy. You're insane to think that the San Francisco 49ers are going to go from first to third. We've seen this time and time again where you're number 1 year and then the next year comes by and you're number 4. So, it happens often, and I'm a really, really big believer in the Super Bowl hangover. What I feel like the San Francisco 49ers is going to deal with. Now, they had their own drama with Raheem Mostert wanting to get traded. He didn't feel like he was getting paid enough. There's Deebo Samuels that might not be ready for the beginning of the season. But there's all that different stuff that's taken into effect, but I just do not trust Jimmy Garoppolo. That one play that pretty much defined the Super Bowl where he had Emmanuel Sanders up and he threw the ball up and he overthrew him, that's just kind of something, in my opinion, where it's like he's not as clutch as a lot of people think. Now, I know there's a lot of San Francisco 49ers will probably get on here and be like, man, you're nuts. Like, I'm going to stop watching this video because you automatically start bagging on Jimmy Garoppolo. It's nothing to do with him, but I just do not trust him to get that extra step and making that Super Bowl run. I do feel like they're going to go ahead and get into the third place. So San Francisco 49ers is going to be number 3. Now, for my number 2 spot, I have to go ahead and give it to the Arizona Cardinals, most improved team of all the NFL, in my opinion. Is it biased? Yes, it is biased, but this is an Arizona Cardinal channel, so, I mean, what, you're going to dislike this video? The Arizona Cardinals has dramatically changed this last offseason. They did a 180, and now it seems like they have a really great roster when they had a very, very, terrible roster last year. So now they really made a lot of steps in the right direction. So I feel like the Arizona Cardinals will be in that number 2 spot, a shoe-in for becoming a wild card team going into the playoffs. Super excited about the Arizona Cardinals and what exactly is going to happen in the NFC West. I do think it's going to be close. I'm not saying the San Francisco 49ers are going to be third and they're going to be 8-8. No, I honestly feel like in my gut that it's going to be something that's decided within a game or two. And I feel like the Arizona Cardinals are just going to make it past the San Francisco 49ers. For my number 2 spot, the Arizona Cardinals is going to be in that number 2 spot for the NFC West. Of course, I hate to say it, but for my number 1 spot, who's going to win the division is going to be the Seattle Seahawks.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I know I hate to say it. I just feel like throwing myself out the window. But I feel like with the acquisition of Jamal Adams, it just kind of gives them that much more of a leg up. Now, I know they had a whole issue with their whole cornerback, if he's going to play, if he's not going to play, because he got into legal issues. But that's neither here nor there. I understand Jamal Adams does not make the entirety of his defense, but it's just another great piece of adding into their roster onto the defensive side of the ball. And on top of that, they have, Russell Wilson. You can't deny the fact that Russell Wilson makes plays with his legs, and he has a way to extend plays either with running or just running out of the pocket, making sure he always keeps his eyes down the field and that ball that's needed to make that, that extra touchdown that they need in overtime or those last 2-minute drives. So I really do think Russell Wilson's a great quarterback. As long as the Seattle Seahawks has Russell Wilson, I feel like that they're always going to be in contention to win the division. But Arizona Cardinal fans, don't be bummed out. I want to tell you this straight up. Going from number 4 to number 2, I really do think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to make leaps and bounds, strides over last year. It's going to be so much more exciting to watch this year, and it's going to be a battle race to win the division. Yeah, I feel like Seattle is going to win, but the Arizona Cardinals is not going to make it easy on them. I don't think the Seattle Seahawks are going to sweep the Arizona Cardinals. No, 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 no. CenturyLink is our second home, and we've said it time and time again. And honestly, with Cliff Kingsbury, we kept that and held that true. So I honestly do feel like CenturyLink is our second home. We're gonna steal a win when we go up to CenturyLink. It's just kind of the truth of the matter is when they come over here to State Farm Stadium, is the Arizona Cardinals going to be able to get it done? So that's kind of where I land right now. The Arizona Cardinals, super excited about it, but that's my prediction. NFC West is going to be going to the Seattle Seahawks, but not by a lot, probably by 2 games or something like that. So let me know what you guys think, what your prediction is in the comments below. Obviously, with that poll that I posted, you probably all think the Arizona Cardinals are going to win the division, which is cool. I mean, I'm super happy about it. I love the optimism. Let's keep it going. If the Arizona Cardinals do win the division, then I'll be the first to say, man, I'm completely 100% wrong. I don't know why I even thought that, but it's kind of like the prove it deal. This is your time to prove it that we're going to win the division, and we'll take it from there. But as of right now, I feel like Seattle just has that slight edge on the Arizona Cardinals. But nevertheless, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Drop a like, and if you're new, please consider subscribing. That's all I got for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out. Thank you.